Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
L'Amérique n'a pas bloqué nous. Quand il y a Sylvie, il y a un point qui est vous paye presse. L'Amérique n'a pas bloqué. T'as mon bien de moi avec moi, nous deux. En somme, on va battre au moins, néo. Mon temps d'hier, t'as mon moyen. Ça va bien faire moins d'y croire. Abela lokan yo. Kago so adulo. Hey. Awaye. Ati oro a. Yao. Abela lokan yo. Bibi to jogba yi. Bibi to number. Ma ti si mo kan yo. Manager Gigi. Ouais, peut jamais forcer ou. Si tu connais, tu connais. L'animateur Choco, Nosca, Yassin, de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson Tola, Proper Radio. I want to thank all of you again this evening for joining us. We say thank you very much. We'll lay back here and enjoy ourselves again tonight. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Many of you that are watching, we say please share this video as much as you can, and because we need for our other brothers and sisters to join us as well as we try to discuss some important issue here tonight. And this is Liberal Public Radio. Samson Tola in control tonight and ready now to start his tabata. And I hope you will try to follow me. Please share this video to as many brothers and sisters as possible. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for your blessing. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, we will be here again tomorrow. My Lord, thank you. Thank you for all that you have done and continue to do for us. As we pray towards you again tonight, as we extend our prayer and asking you for forgiveness, and asking you for blessing, and asking you to extend our lives more and more. My Lord, thank you. Thank you for everything. You continue to help us. You continue to guide us. You continue to lead us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. My Lord, we ask again that you bless the Republic of Liberia, the people of the Republic of Liberia. Bless them. Show them how for them to live. We ask that you bless the President of the Republic of Liberia. Give him long life. Guide his hands. Guide whatever it is that he's doing in the interest of the Liberian people. We ask you to continue to bless him. Bless his hand. Whatever he touches, my Lord, in the interest of the Liberian people, we ask that that particular process be blessed. He's getting ready to travel again. We put him in your hand, in your traveling hands, to protect him, guide him. As he go to the foreign country, my Lord, please open the door for him. Open whatever door it is that he wants to enter so that the people will come to the aid of the Liberian people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for accepting our prayer again tonight. Thank you. Thank you for telling us to be patient. Thank you. Thank you. My Lord, we ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. I believe, yep, Jerry just joined. And he and I were gonna have a wonderful, wonderful show again tonight.
But
Unless
anyway, I want to add right now. Or let's say we'll get back. I'll get back to you. All right.
okay,
Okay.
You will get back with me. You say?
No. I'm well set. I'm well set.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jerry. Okay. Thank you for joining us, Jerry. We appreciate it, folks. I know many of you have heard and read that the president has accepted 2 resignations today in Liberia. But we will go into those. So we will take a different lane here tonight as we continue to talk about our country, where no one is more Liberian than the other. Liberia is our home. We all have something to say. If we have the opportunity to do so, we will speak loud and clear. So let's go straight in today. As I've been saying here over and over on a very serious note, we hope that who don't come and try to disturb our show tonight, because tonight we will put people in the back, we will park the people in the garage. So I hope he doesn't come over here and try to disturb our show tonight. But Jerry, as I've been saying here from time to time, that the president is the president of the nation. He had kids, he had children, all of us consider his.
Let me go get my phone. I'll be right back.
Please.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
He considered all of us his children. So there are some people who are going to be working for this president who perhaps have other agenda. But he's not going to come here and try to degrade people like everybody been calling, oh, you got to do this. If you say those kinds of stuff, he's the president of the country. He's not the president of Banana Republic. We will do our best to push him around. But he also is a man. Before he became a president, he's a man. He has his own will. And he will make sure those will of his, nobody supersedes those will. You can be the strongest supporter of the president. You are not the one to tell the president what to do and what not to do. We all come on this platform. We can only suggest. We will not impose our will. Because if you do so, you are asking for something else. The president was elected by the Liberian people. Nobody put gun into anybody here to go vote for X, Y, and Z. They decided with their own free will and said, we want this man to be our president. He will make the decision for all of us. No one else. No one else. And so from that perspective, I'm going to say to you tonight that whatever decision the presidents have made, you can't say the president didn't go far enough. Many of you that have been arguing, where is the law that was broken from Brother Adimoda? He resigned. And in his acceptance of Adimoda's resignation, which I'm going to be reading here very shortly, he made certain reference to Adimoda's behavior that is not in the interest of the Liberian people. President Waka did not say that you have violated a law. But the government has law on the books. If they feel that Brother Mondale has violated any law, they will go after him. It is not us to push. Many of us that are on this platform, we don't even know, none of us, many of us never stepped foot in a law school before. Before I went to engineering, I spent 1 semester thinking I was going to be criminal justice major. So I studied criminal justice. Now, in the engineering department, when I started senior year, I did law, contract law. And I didn't even do the law, sir. I just did paper, reading the paper, who got what kind of case, what they, just to pass my test and be out of there. I don't care who win the case, who win it. That's not my problem. I don't want to do it, get my grade, and I'm out of there. Okay? But many of us open our mouth as though we're lawyer. When God gave you the opportunity to have these little platforms that can even sneeze in Liberia, then you come in here, you come in here, be more, you this, you that. You're not a lawyer. Let the president make that decision. But we're here trying to play money quarterback. The president go far enough. You president, what organization have you run before? Some of you, when they get your Liberian community organization, you can be stealing the people, they women their money. Yeah, that's what you want to do here. You might come up, make people come bring your story out here, man. But let me go ahead. But let me find out from Jerry. Welcome, Jerry. Jerry, welcome. Before I go reading these two accepting resignation from these two gentlemen, what's on your plate tonight, sir?
Well, I mean, that is a headline of the day all over Liberia and abroad. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
For our listener and our viewer, we are back.
Thank you.
I mean, it is interesting. It is interesting that the president has accepted the Minister of Commerce resignation that you alluded to, and he also appointed another acting DEA, the former DEA, what's his name, Joshua or some guy who was the previous director of that area. They appointed him as the acting director. So,
yeah.
The president will be traveling tomorrow, going to Italy.
Right.
And I mean, here is a thing that we have to take into consideration when it comes to, especially with the former Minister of Commerce. And he did the right thing. He resigned and said, you know what, Mr. President, I don't want to be a heroine. I don't want to be an embarrassment to the rescue agenda. And so I resigned. He have not committed any crime.
Right. I agree.
Not committed any crime so far. I'm concerned he has not committed any crime. The only thing that he did was a poor judgment, to ride, to buy such a car, at this time we needed people. It's a moral issue. You see, that's where we make a mistake. Moral issue and criminality, they are two different things. Moral judgment. We all have a moral obligation. It is a criminality, of course, sometimes, but it is not in this case. Yes, he has not committed any crime.
Yeah. Thank
you. He started the 45,000. He added about 45,000. He added another $1,000 to buy another car, which of course. And
I agree with you.
With it is not good. It's not go down well with the Liberian people and knowing the condition in our country right now for you to buy a $90,000 car. But let's be realistic here. What the Bible say? The person without sin or without sin should be the first to cast stone. Let's look at it this way from another perspective. Be the first to cast a stone. Yeah, people driving $45,000 car in this country. Beside the $45,000 car they are driving, they get city fee just for them to go there. So they create these vacuums to benefit them. Let's be realistic here. So who is the more person to be ostracized in the issue? But that's what it is. You know what? He's out of there. Let's move on. And we're going to start a new page and the president laid out about 13 agenda today in the cabinet. These are the things he wants to execute within the Liberian with a agenda. And he addressed the issue today about excessive traveling. Yes, These are things he got addressed. So it's look, no matter what it is, even the Jesus Christ who came out, right, we still talk negatively about him. We still execute him. So think about what guy who want to do it. The man say, look, I can ride a bike to go, I can ride a Uber to go to work. So it's not about him. That's why he always said, it's not about me. All I want to do is to do the best. So that's what it is. My brother.
Thank you.
We got
so
Mr. Buckeye, the Excellency, the President have an obligation to deal with the issue on Liberia. He's not somebody who is not aware of the situation, what's going on in Liberia. So he aware of this thing.
Thank you. Clarence David, thank you for joining us again tonight. We appreciate it.
That's good. That's good.
Who got time for we'll cut that? Don't ask for the link tonight. I'm not sending you no link. You come here, you can praise me right away. You come here and call me Tabata, brother. Don't ask for link. Because the first thing you was supposed to say was to say
the thing you call Tabata is it makes sense to other people. So what you think is Tabata? It makes sense.
That terramazing sedition, you don't bother me. But let me go ahead, Jared. We will first read the letter from the Adi Model resignation that was accepted by the president. Executive Marshal Monrovia. President Joseph Nima Bakai Sr. has accepted the resignation of Mr. Andy Moda, former Minister of Commerce and Industry. Mr. Moda resigned following a concern regarding the recent procurement of a vehicle that significantly exceeded government estimated cost for ministerial transportation. The president noted that this is a very important one here. The president noted that while Mr. Model has contributed, he didn't say Mr. Model has committed crime. He said while Mr. Model has contributed to the development of the ministry during his tenure, the decision to make such a purchase at this time reflect poor judgment and a lack of sensitivity to the current economic environment in this country. Where's the law that the man broke? Poor judgment does not mean he breaking the law. Not being sensitive to the plight of the people does not mean you broke the law. But because he made a poor judgment, and because he doesn't have, he's not sensitive to the people plight, he recognized that, and he felt within himself that he's going to leave this post instead of hanging around when he knows he's not contributing anymore, when he knows that he has become like an arbitrage around the neck of this president and the government. Thereby, he's a very sincere person, I think. Thereby recognizing that if I stick around, the president's agenda is not going to be paid attention to. And people will not talk about agenda. They will talk about me more than they will talk about agenda. So let me step aside. And he did that. The president has directed the vehicle in question be transferred to the government services agency for appropriate use in accommodating VIP guests. That's a big. I'm going to be one of the guests that are going to ride that team. VIP guests of the government. The government, like Remy committed.
Is it being used for VIP guests? Yeah. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. The government of Liberia remain committed to upholding transparency. Now, the president talking now to his children. This is why y'all don't understand. Y'all act like you ain't got even children. You got plenty children. Then you want a man to behave to his children as though you're not going to behave like that to your own children. Listen to what he's saying. The government of Liberia remain committed to upholding transparency, accountability, and prudent resource management in all sectors of the republic. Meanwhile, President Baka has asked Deputy Minister for Administration, Madam Skukalaka, what her name is, I'm sorry for Nimle, to act until a replacement is named. Now, this in the Now, you see, this is what y'all do that sometimes can get to me. The minister, he's not Samson Toll from Total where nobody know me. He used to be at the higher top of the political activities in Liberia, chairman of the Unity Party. He's not someone who just Johnny come lately. In the political arena in Liberia, he's one of those people respected. And to have this kinds of stuff to bring you down like this, it's a disgrace. I'm not going to hide it. It's a blemish on his record, on his character. This and the president, and your boy want the president to say you fire, just like Donald Trump. This is not how you govern. And this is not how you, because the president, remember now, he has other young people still working for him. And the young people that are working for him, they're also watching the way he's going to make decisions affecting another young man in his government who has gone astray. So this particular incident now, in my opinion, will encourage young people to do good, but to stay with the president's agenda. Because the president did not go out to disgrace this man like you guys want him to do. The man behavior and the man himself has disgraced himself. President didn't need to be part of it. What the president has done is to say, we, like you are a Liberian, you have brought disgrace on yourself, but we are here as brothers and sisters, as father and mother. If you want a shoulder to cry on, we are here. And this is the comment the president was making. To say, the government of Liberia remains committed. You see, if you don't do these things all the time, you don't understand the little inside language. The liberal progressive, the guru, political guru, I understand the language. The government of the Republic of Liberia, my president is pointing his finger to these young people. You'll see what happened to our own son. Why? Now, I'm going to say this, and it's not physical now. Why he's holding Andy Mondale, embracing Andy Mondale to say you brought this on yourself. But we are here to work with you. He's not going to disgrace him. If he wanted to disgrace Andy Mondale, he would have stayed in the United States. You fire, you find replacement. He can do it. He can fire anybody, whether he in the air or wherever place. And where's
the president carries his seat wherever he goes.
Exactly. And what's his name? Kumi, the FBI director. He was on the toilet seat when they fired him. He was in the bathroom when they fired him. So what make you think that the president can do the same thing? But he doesn't do that because he have children. So I'm saying to many of the people that are still within the government, don't try to do something right now. People, this particular incident has shook up a lot of people in this government, young people, and even some old people. They're going to be watching now. So this is the letter accepting Andy Mondale resignation. Now, Jerry, you want to say something on it before I go on more on my own?
Oh, no, but yes, there's a good thing that happened today. Two things happened spontaneously. The president, it was so good I wrote something on cybercrime. The president is asking the legislature as well for them to have a cyber bill that will be some, towards our new cyber to commit crime in Liberia. They had a conference, and if you can look at it, I put it in the chat room, in the articles, or in the newspaper. I wrote a article on that issue of cybercrime in Liberia. Liberia is ready for cybercrime. It is there. Anybody can go and read it. It's all in the newspaper in Liberia, and just by the president. It was just coincident when my paper came out on cybercrime in Liberia reference. But these are the things people are thinking about. The man is thinking about cybercrime, and that one of the modern crime in our country, they just coming into our country, especially when we're going digital. Most of Our electricity is going to go digital. Our banking system is going digital. We're doing mobile phone. We never have mobile phone in our country. So these are some of the policies the president tried to put, His Excellency tried to put in place. So if you commit these crimes, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted. So he is far-sighted. You see, these are the things that are coming into our country, and definitely it's going to happen in our country. People steal your identity. They go into your bank account. They destroy your whole bank account. And what are they going to do? Charge a person for fraud? No, but once you get cyber law in our country, and it's passed by the legislature, it began an act, and people will be trained in the area who will be specialized in it. Some of who have been working in the cyber area will be prosecuted and go and testify before not Congress, before the House, and say, look, these are AYZ, and this is important in our country. And because of moral issue, all the things that were overshadowed. So now we're moving on this direction. In conclusion,
thank you.
The president is now.
No, I was just going to go ahead.
The president now appointed a new director. He's a former director. So that means these three guys.
We're going there. We're going to read that. We're going to read that one as well. Okay. So they but Adimoda, for me to close on this here, I think the last time I predicted exactly what was going to happen, I thought, well, not exactly, because I asked Adimoda to do more than this resigning, was to take the car back. If he had done this, President Baka would not have mentioned that where the car should be taken. If he had taken the car right to GSA, say, you're in trouble. You'll do what I want to do it. GSA would say, no, you purchase it, you keep it. Then the president will make that decision.
Yeah, you see, fine. You see, he would be doing it high in the rock. You know what I'm saying? Because if he had returned it and say GSA, no, it's your personal property.
You keep it.
We don't want to take it away from you. And the president said, okay, and if you go and if you stay riding that Ryan Monrovia, they're going to tell you, so the man stay riding the car. So the best thing he did was to park it, and they say, okay, the president now gives directive, will retrieve the car, it will be in use, for the
Jared, there's somebody making news here.
What was it?
Oh, Clary making news. We were not on the show yesterday. Oh, Mr. Social. Mr. Toe. Yesterday, the CEO removed his co-host from Talking Tabata. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, Clary, thank you for passing that information on to me. I appreciate it. Oh, so the man.
I read it, but I know what the co-hosts were talking about, yesterday.
That Dr. Malin. They said they kick him out. But anyway, no, Jared, on a very serious note, I think the president, I knew the president was not going to come and throw the book completely at Adimoda. Adimoda put himself in a mess. He took himself out, and whatever comes out of his way, now he brought it on himself. Yes, the other interesting thing here, Jerry, the same thing that I predicted was going to happen to Jefferson Kochi, between Jefferson Kochi and Costa. Jefferson Kochi, when they came to power, as young as he is, I thought what he would have done was what Amar Collins did. As president, you go ahead, send me to school. You're still young. There was no reason to take the mayoral position. Go to school, educate yourself, get all the master's degree you want to have. Now, Jefferson Kochi most likely will face the like of what's his name, Costa, and Costa will eat his bread for lunch because he's not going. They're not sour carry you to places, and this is exactly what Adimoda have done here to himself, without thinking, as the president correctly stated, lack of judgment. You used to be chairman of Unity Party at the very top. And you have the like of Luther Tappe, who is yet still to report what happened to that money. And he's coming and knocking into your door like that. You brought it on yourself. You brought it on yourself. All of the people that were coming through Unity Party, you were at the top. And that's why when President Baka won the election, you were one of the first few people that he contacted because you were at the top. He didn't think that you were going to bring yourself down based on poor judgment. Jerry, this is what happened to Animal there right now. It's not just unique to him. Liberians, young Liberians, you have to learn from this. When you are giving power, don't cut corners. Don't cut corners. So that means what Adimoda have done here, most likely, and I could be wrong. So can we say now that over the years, all of the money he spent on Unity Party, all of the money he spent on the election, is he saying the election is won, I want my money back, I'll take it anywhere? How? No. No. You do these kinds of stuff, leave it with God. God will pay you. Because you are you are the model, you among peers. They have to respect you. Now tell me, with this kinds of situation with him right now, resigning in disgrace, is he able now to go and stand in the mix of Unity Party members, these young people, fresco like that, people like Amos Twaden, you want to stand before them and open your mouth? Why are you going to disgrace yourself like that? You're not broke. You carried Unity Party on your bike for years. Unity Party that broke people, they ain't got money. It is because of people like you that Unity Party is where it is. Why are you going to disgrace yourself like this? For young people, Unity Party people that ain't got fasting. If it was not people like you spending your own money, why would you do this to yourself, to your family? But I hope it's a learning moment for all of us. I hope Andy Mondal himself will do something to redeem himself. And hopefully the door, I don't believe that the door, because I believe President Waka believed in redeeming, in redemption, in redeeming people. So if Andy Mondal can show to the Liberian people that his character has been redeemed and he's smart, he can still serve the people. So that will be my closing on this, Jerry. Let me go to another one.
But
Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
But here's the thing. The former minister, he's an entrepreneur. And he had been hiring people. I don't know how many people on his payroll, but he is known for business in Liberia. But here's the thing I'm afraid of. I'm afraid for him now. Leaving that post, I know our people. And I hope they will not ostracize his business because he has left the government. And government don't want to do business with him again. Or some probably people don't want to do business with him again. That's what I am thinking right now. Because I know our people. He's not minister. I mean, he was not minister. At that time, he was in the private sector. So he was doing good. Now he was elevated to the government. All right. Now he back to private sector. And coming back to private sector, I hope people will not march on last thing. Not doing
Jerry,
yes.
This is what I'm going to tell you on this. As a political guru, let me give you my prediction on this. Adimoda is not broke.
No, he's not broke. But the money is not coming in because he has business.
No, and I know that. I know that.
Everything in Liberia is connected to it's a central government.
I know that.
It's a central government.
But here's the deal.
Anything you do is come through the government.
I know that.
We can't do business with that man because of this, because of
right. So many of the people who's supposed to do business with him from the government side, you're correct, they will push him away. But guess what? Unless they steal, they ain't got money, they're broke. So the only way they're going to be able to help themselves is to hang around business people. Now, this what happened here with Adimoda is a very interesting dynamic.
Oh no, I'm not.
Adimoda now.
I just want to lay out there. I just want to lay out.
So when he gets back into his business, because he wants to redeem himself, he's going to do it straight. He's going to go by the book. And now, these crooks that are still within the government that people are keeping their eyes on, they will not come to Adimoda now to try to do any kind of crooked deal. Adimoda will not accept it. Because here is why he will not accept there any kind of crooked deal proposal. Because he will be thinking these people want to entrap me. Because remember what he said, that he didn't do what they're accusing him of. He has not come out cleaner to say I did what they say. So he will be thinking anybody that come here to deal with me, they will want to entrap me, and he's going to refuse them. So because of that, they're not going to do it. They're not going to go to him. So the issue of Adimoda not being able to get contract or not being able to get anything, the Liberian court is there. If Adimoda legally apply, his business apply for any kinds of contract, and they deny him, and there's no good reason, Adimoda are going to have a lawyer to go to court.
Which court?
Liberia court. Liberia court. No, but
yeah, what I'm saying. Look, I hope to. I mean,
no. I know you laugh because we're Liberian. You know why you're laughing. But this is what I'm going to say to you: the judiciary in Liberia, every one of those people, they are looking for a reason to be genuine because Liberian people don't trust them. If Adimoda, with this kinds of situation hanging over him, if he was to take the government to court, that court would take it serious.
Okay, let me play a devil advocate here.
Go ahead, Jerry.
Now, yes, Mother had resigned from the government. Now he are gone and say, listen, I apply for this, we'll bid for this, and determine that what you think will be the perception of the people. They say, oh, the man taking the people to court because they fire him for that reason. That's what. So, you understand my point?
There are some people. I understand, but there are some people right now. There are some people that will advise Adimoda to apply for government projects, knowing fully well that he has some issue. And there are people who will turn him down without realizing that they are violating the law. And Adimoda, because there are, Jerry, there are people who have interest in testing this government way of saying we are for truth and justice. So they will want to use Adimoda to test the system. And if the opposition themselves will even look at Adimoda and say, how can we utilize this man without even him recognizing that we're using him? Jerry, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. Adimoda case is not quite finished yet.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I just want to, because I know how things go, how things work in our country. And sooner or later, people who are working in the government, especially when you're not on the president good note, they don't want to. Even if they resign, you want to go see the president, they put a padlock on your door. No. They don't want you to see the president anymore.
If the president wanted to cut ties, if the president wanted to cut ties with Adimoda, he would have used strong language.
Oh, yeah.
But the language that the president
is a diplomatic something. You don't.
I understand that. I agree with you. I agree with you. But Adimoda, if Adimoda was to say after some time, say, I want to see President Baka will let him come in. Job party, he's not going to get job again until he can prove. Well, here's the thing that you need
to fire people back then. He brought them by his city.
Exactly. But this is exactly my point. So Adimoda can now, President Baka can use Adimoda to say if you do good, bad in a society, and you rehabilitate yourself and can show to the Liberian people that yes, you are now ready. This is what can happen to you. To the young people, President Baka want to teach people in our country. So Adimoda's situation for me is very interesting. It's very interesting. As a political guru, I think it's very interesting. But let's go on to the next subject. But before I go there, you want to say anything else?
No, I'm set. Let's go ahead. Let's see what's
so let me go on to the next subject matter. This is the letter from okay. All right. Okay, this is the letter accepting letters from the president. Okay, President Baka accepts resignation of the officer in charge of Liberia LDEA and appoints an acting director general. Okay, so President Baka, this after the issue with these gentlemen, these young people with what's his name, Kroma, and his deputies, and his deputies, when the situation went haywire on us, when President Baka
Fatika and what is
yeah,
Fatika?
to step down.
Fatika, Kroma, and what the other guy? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they appointed an officer in charge. I didn't know that the officers in charge used to work for the American embassy. Yeah. But anyhow, he came in and he was there. He was doing good. In fact, we had him on LBS. He was very much emphatic in explaining how good they were doing. So I don't know exactly why he had to resign, but the president also, because the thing about it is, the president is running an institution. It's the Republic of Liberia. It's not a republic of FOIA.
Banana Republic.
Yeah, I won't even go to Banana Republic. Said then simply, it's not a republic of FOIA, where somebody resigns. Hey, my man, I beg you, stay small, man. Let me look for somebody. It's not like that, because another resignation, the other young people are watching. So when this young man, before you do the, I'm not too sure what was the background conversation for it to be like this. Okay, but here's the interesting thing. My understanding, the young man say he was resigning up to he was going to stay on until the end of the month, and the president accepting is effective immediately. But let's go ahead. Okay. Executive Marshal Monrovia, President Joseph Nyima Bakai Sr. has accepted the resignation of Mr. Christopher S. Peters Sr. as officer in charge of the Liberian Drug Enforcement Agency, effective immediately. Okay, effective immediately. Why he, according to the story, that he was going to stay on until, but what that showed to me, what that seemed to me, that perhaps there was no background conversation between him and the president. So when the president heard, through social media, that a man probably told a few friends, I'm going to resign. A friend, one in Liberia, you got no friend in Liberia. You got no friend. As long as they're eating from you, they're your friend. As soon as you're close.
But he wrote an executive marshal, though. He's saying here resignation that said he was going to leave on the 31st.
Yeah, but why would the president then do it effective immediately?
Yeah, because it's a sensitive area. It's a slim, slim down.
Right. So
what happened is that right now the people are in session.
Right.
And that in session, they send it.
That means Jerry, somebody around the president suggesting to the president. There are two things. Either they were pissed because they were not informed, first-hand information or out front to say, I'm planning to do this. Or somebody around the president says, the man say you're going to do it, you got to get him out before he start doing all kinds of your team. So Liberia, if you're going to stay in our country, you have to be prepared for this kind of thing. So now it becomes effective immediately. In his resignation letter, Mr. Peter expresses gratitude for the opportunity to serve the nation and the LDEA. The president thanked Mr. Peter for his dedicated service during his time, sir, where he led the initiative, including the seizures of illicit drug valued at US $4 million and securing long-term prison sentences for convicted drug traffickers through the Liberian court. In recognition of his contribution to Liberia's fight against drug, the president wishes Mr. Peter's success in his future endeavor. Meanwhile, President Baka has appointed Mr. Anthony South of acting, as acting Director General of the DEA. The president has full confidence that Mr. Sao will execute his new role with the utmost commitment, loyalty, and dedication. The president reaffirmed his commitment to combating the drug skills and is enhancing the operation capability of the LDA. All of the stuff there, Jerry, they're fine to me. But my main thing that I'm taking out of this is that effected immediately. Okay? Effected immediately.
I mean, tomorrow morning, he can't, all you have to do, go to the office tomorrow, pack all his belongings, and just take off. That's it. You know.
So is he being fired?
No, he's not fired. He's not fired. He's just saying the president said effective immediately. That means the transition need to be made because we cannot leave it in a vacuum, especially based upon the sensitivity.
So if he leaves, if he leaves tomorrow, now, the guy said he was going to stay around till the end of the month.
But yeah, but the president said no. We need somebody to occupy that space. You know, we don't need for you to be there until the 31st. It's not a slim down session. So for that reason, because you say you resign anyway, it's not a private sector. The private sector is
but this one here.
No, Mr. Toh, it's not a private sector like you. You're working with the state of California. If you want to leave, you got to give them notice, or the president or the governor, Mr. Newsom.
Yeah, but Jerry, they want I will push back on the president a little bit.
To say what? I mean,
well, not so much, but the treatment of this young man, to say effective immediately, is something that I frown on, to be honest with you. This young man, you asked him when the DEA was in trouble. You asked a young man to come in, and when he was there, he did a lot of good things. So there must be some if his resignation is if it has nothing to do with the executive mansion or anybody else. And as a young person, first of all, you show concern in other area. What was the conversation between you and this young man? What happened? Okay, what happened? And let the young man tells you what happened. Why is he leaving? But you got the resignation. Okay, the man say, I'm gonna resign in 2 weeks or so. And you got the resignation letter. Okay, let's have a conversation. I know the other people qualify, but you immediately do it effective immediately. That means, to be honest with you, the young man probably got a wind of President Baka was getting ready to do something. Get this person that he appointed tonight to come in, because the young man, here's the thing here. There's a lot of things involved.
Let's go beyond it. Let's go beyond the scene.
Yeah. Okay. So let me give you my own. Let me give you my own. Then you can come in. This young man was acting. But he was intent because
you were not acting. You was officer in charge.
Okay, but fine. But when we talk to him from all my conversation, when we talk to him, I believe he has a confidence in him that the president was going to keep him. Now, either he heard that President Baka was going to bring this guy he brought in tonight soon. So he thinking to himself, instead of me being pushed out, instead of me being disgraced, because if you say somebody coming in, you got to go. For these young people, they don't see it as being, thank you, I've done my job. You put somebody else in it, I will do whatever I can to make sure that person is successful. Many of the young people don't see it. They see it like they're entitled. So he thinking to himself, that's what they want to do to me. Okay, I'll resign before they even get to me. So this is much more than the Adimoda situation. This is much more than Adimoda situation. Give me the best shot on it.
Mr. Thor.
Hold on 1 minute. Mr. So and Sis Esther, this is the discussion I'm having with Jerry here tonight. It's adult discussion. We're not talking baby talk, because two adults, when they get together, when they're having conversation, this is how you have conversation. We're teaching you and your sidekick, the man you fired last night, the man who is no longer your co-host. We're teaching you how to behave. Go ahead, Jerry.
But here's the thing. It's way beyond the scene. You know, before Christopher, his name is something. Yeah. Christopher, right? Before Christopher could go and say, look, I'll send him a letter of resignation, or to give you ample time to. There are two things I'm way behind. Look, Mr. President, because what I learned, he was working at what building?
U.S. Embassy.
U.S. Embassy.
What was he doing there?
Hmm?
What was he doing there?
I think the same thing he doing. I think security or something he was doing there, but I didn't really know his position. But maybe they gave him the opportunity and say, look, you can go on that side to work. And the people say, hey, you either do it, you don't work, you don't come back to work, or you stay with your position.
You mean the U.S. government, the U.S. embassy, to give him an ultimate? I don't think that way.
No, I just doing hypothetically. Hypothetically.
Okay, all right.
But he may have not left his job. His job is still there. So probably why would they give him 4 or 5 months to be out of what? And you know you're in Liberia. The American government run Liberia. So how will you be there and be DEA? And the director of DEA and American government will not know. So it's unbelievable. But what I'm saying, behind the scene, something that can work out and say, yes, the situation, and say, look, I have to go back to work. If maybe you tell the chief, yes, my position. If you can hire me, that's fine. If you can't hire me, I got to go back to my place. And probably they told him, say, you know what, we cannot hire you. Then he said, okay, you know what, yes, my letter of resignation, I'm leaving. And that's what it is. I mean, he did a surprise job for the time he been there. I thank God for his services to the Liberian people. And these are some of the things we look for. We need to make some sacrifices in our profession, especially those who are we in law enforcement. To do it's a sacrifice. And especially when you hold the position, you don't sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, your phone is ringing, and you got to go to the. So I give you a credit.
The reason why I'm pushing back on the U.S. Connection, because I think the U.S. will be proud to have somebody who have worked in their
facility,
compound, in their facility, to be involved in trying to help a country at a very top position. So for them to say come back or else, that's why I'm pushing back. But I think you got it. It for me it's a little bit shaky. It's not the same as Adi Modal. And then
it's different.
President Baga did not embrace this young kid like he did with Adi Modal. And that's kind of.
I mean, they let us say thank you for your service, but what they're saying is, listen, they accepted his resignation and they appoint somebody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Jerry.
So what you wanted to do to the president? They say, okay, thank
you. What I thought the president would have done, because when this department was in trouble, you ask this young man, he happily agreed. I don't mind. They don't have to let them come on tomorrow. Let him co-host. He fired the co-host last night. And that was Clarence telling us. He fired the co-host last night. He said co-host talking.
No, we are not speculating. We are telling you this is what happens in real world. This is how it works in government. Exactly. This is how it works in real government.
So, Jerry, what I'm saying is, Adi Model situation, President Baga embracing, not by saying the thing you did good, but the language that was used with Adi Model. We didn't even see effective immediately. We didn't see that.
Yeah, because the sensitivity of the position.
I agree. I agree. But tell me, Jerry. Tell me if this guy were to stay there. That's what I said earlier. I said somebody within Baka Circle and say you lead a man there, you'll do some damage. Maybe. Because if this man was there, you're praising that he was doing good and stuff. What 20 days from now? Okay, you're going to stay on, your resignation has been accepted. You say you're staying on until 20 days. We will look for a replacement. But you cannot just say the man said we all heard he said you want to stay until the 20th of 20 more day. And then you said no, effective immediately.
Mr. Todd, it's at the discretion of the president. You say
I agree.
It's at the discretion of the president. You can go there.
That's what I'm saying. This other discretion is rubbing me the wrong way.
You working with San Francisco right now, and they say you go to the city mayor or you go to the governor and say I give you 30 days. The governor can say, you know what, 30 days we can find somebody else to replace you.
No, but if I lay the groundwork, have a conversation with my chief and say this is what I intend to do. Have a conversation for some time. And so when the time comes, the chief will be ready. But if you just out of a sudden you come out and say that Liberia is a mess. People within that place they say, no, the beginning is starting Sunday. We'll go back. No, we're not going. Whenever President Waka don't even wait.
Mr. Tour, that's speculation. But what I'm thinking is that the president is preview. He had a right to say, you know what, thank you for your service. We need somebody to be there right away, comparing to say you're going to be there for another more. Well, today the 10th or the 11th for another more 20 some more days. You know what? Thank you for your services that you are rendered to the country. We have somebody to replace you already. Whatever you want to do, good luck, and go ahead and do what you have to do. Period. Get close.
All right. Okay, folks, if you're listening, Samson told Labra Pabrito, Jerry and I are going to be here for another 15 minutes. I think Jerry, what do you think? Should I open the line?
Oh, yeah, open the line. Let's have
open the line.
Let's do interaction. Let's do interaction. Let people come in the express.
Okay.
Let's do interaction.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, when I open the line,
if you're in Liberia, call, wherever you are, call.
Okay, call us and tell us what's
on your mind. Let us speak.
Tell us what's on your mind.
Fake news from.
Okay, tonight I promise. Yeah, don't mind, man. I promise tonight, no Chinese phone. You can talk as long as you want. Say whatever you want to say, as long as we do it with respect.
Let's do interaction. They say something. Let's do an interaction and see what it is. Let's get the people. Let them speak.
The guy, yeah, making flour. Who cares for your flour business? But anyway, Jared. Again, I think the president. To be honest with you, this DA issue here, I don't think the president is involved, but those decisions, the words effective immediately. There
are different situations. You accept the man in the resignation and say, okay, you know what, effective immediately, we're hiring somebody.
Were you contacted in your security field? Were you contacted to help them out? Okay, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. No, I don't want you to answer. I don't want you to answer. Don't forget it.
Don't put it this way.
Let's move on to different subject matter, Jerry.
All right.
Forget it. Let's just forget it.
All right.
Now the president. What do you expect? The president travel. What are some of the good things you think the president going to achieve? Where's he going? Say you're going to talk.
You're going to Italy.
Italy. What are some of the things?
What are you going to the Vatican, or what are you going to the?
It's very interesting. Or you going to Rome? Italy, like George, we are stopping ground.
Yeah, but
so I hope George, we are not because President Waka can speak Italian. George, we can speak Italian. So George, we are most likely to pick up the phone and call somebody and say that man coming there. I'm who's saying you.
Well, hey, business, they ain't going to have what you want to do anyway. But yes, it did.
Yeah.
The president, I mean, it was yesterday he talked about, people say he's traveling a lot. The country is in a mess. It was in a mess. And he's trying to bring it back to give credibility around the world. We need experts in our country. We need help. And the thing is that we have to acknowledge that we need help. The only way we can survive in our country, we need help. The arrogance is not going to pay us. Our selfishness is not going to help us. You know, your co-host reject your last night. Move it on. But anyway, but in seriousness, we have to have Labra is getting to be respected again. That's one thing Labra should be proud of.
Yes, I agree with you. I jump on that very quickly and say yes.
Labra is getting to be respected in the international community again. So these are the things the president understand. I mean, he came here last night. He said, "Yeah, people say I'm traveling, but this is AYC. This is what I am traveling because we are in a mess."
And he won't be able to redeem us sitting at home to do what?
Thank you. So it's thing. So he's saying, look, I'm going to stay home, but what my agenda here, when I accomplish what I want to accomplish or what I want to do, when these things are consolidated, I can stay home and we can be able to work with these people. We'll do a follow-up. You know, so these are the things the president is working on very hard, and he's traveling.
Yeah, but what do you think? What's the most thing that you have in mind? You think the president going to achieve over there? I know he'll be going to be talking with some private industry, government officials, and whatever. But what are some of the things you think the president most likely will bring back home?
Well, I mean, with the Italian government, we have already been a partner. We've been a partner for all the years, and the relationship that we have with him or with the current government to concretize it. We need help. You know, the Italian government help us in different aspects. The French government